million people in Mauritius, you will see that around 65% of the population hail from India, namely from Bihar, mainly from Bihar, but also from South India, from Tamil Nadu, Telangana, and Andhra Pradesh, and also from Maharashtra. Now, this morning I have to, in spite of the fact that we have a population of around 65% comprising people of Indian descent, Mauritius politically and geographically is also part of Africa, and Mauritius is an African country. So my address this morning will focus mainly about the future of Africa and how India can use Mauritius as a base, can use Mauritius as a hub to penetrate Africa and to invest and to do business in Africa. You know fully well that Africa is, for the time being, quite poor. This is true, we have to confess. But at the same time, you know that India is a land of the future. It is a continent where you have, in terms of the minerals that we have in Africa, we have a sort of reserve of more than 30% of the reserve of natural resources and minerals in Africa. So it is important for India to understand the strategic importance of Africa, but it is true also that there are a lot of risk in Africa, a lot of instability in Africa, and contrastingly, you will see that Mauritius, in spite of being small, is a very, very stable country and quite well developed. In fact, after the general election, the first visitor to Mauritius was your Prime Minister of India, Sri Modi ji. He was the first statesman to visit Mauritius. And in terms of that special relationship between Mauritius and India, the Prime Minister of India, Sri Modi ji, qualified this relationship not only a relationship between two countries, but he qualified Mauritius as being a family. You can understand that it is not only a relationship, simple relationship like we have with other countries, but it is built on emotions, built, of course, on the mind, but also deep down the heart. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is important to understand the importance that Mauritius has. At one time, you will see that Mauritius was considered as the key star and key of the Indian Ocean. And right now, unfortunately, we are witnessing what is happening in the world. We are witnessing what is happening in the Middle East. Of course, as a country, small country, we have been advocating for peace. And in fact, in our national anthem, Mauritius, we are always preaching for peace. So you understand that what is happening in the Red Sea, you understand what is happening in the Strait of Hormuz for the time being, and how there is major disruption in the world because of the war between among the Americans and Israel and Iran. This is very unfortunate, but you will fully understand the disruption. And this is where the Indian Ocean occupies a very, very strategic position. And this is where you will see that the policy of India and also of Sri Modi ji, where he brought the concept of Sagar, and now recently when he came to Mauritius, he brought this concept of Mahasagar, that is the security of the Indian Ocean. You will understand that all nations need a very safe haven, and Mauritius can play that role of a safe haven, and that is why we in Mauritius, in spite of the fact that we have been fighting to win over one island which was ceded to the British, Diego Garcia, you will see that now we're on the point of getting back Diego Garcia, but the Americans have got the military base there. We don't have any problem with it. They're going to keep the military base. And India also is playing a very strategic role in the Indian Ocean. And we count a lot on India for the security of the ocean. At the same time, you will understand that India has to invest in Africa. And this is where you will see that Mauritius has the most important sort of comprehensive economic agreement with India, known as the SEGPA. And you, businessmen who are present this morning, will have to understand the importance of that special economic agreement that we have with India. It is the first, number one in Africa, in terms of that special economic agreement. And then you Indian people, Indian businessmen, when you are here, you will have to understand that Mauritius, as I mentioned, has three important agreements with Africa. One is known as the SADC agreement. The second one is known as the COMESA agreement. And there is one in the pipeline which is known as the AFCFTA. Now, let me give you some concrete examples. If you're a businessman, let us say you come to Mauritius, we have got a free port. Let us say you want to manufacture cars. You do some manufacturing in India. You bring the car, let us say 60%, which is finished good, to our free port. You will pay zero tax in Mauritius. When you complete the work, you comply with what is known as the rule of origin, then you use the safe route, the Indian Ocean, to ship all the cars to India or whatever other product, and you will penetrate at least 49 African countries where your goods can go and enter the African market where you will pay no tax or very low tax from 0 to 15%. So this is where I would invite you Indian people to come to Mauritius, use Mauritius as a base, use Mauritius as a hub, and you will see our friendly countries with whom we have special relationship, like UK, like France, but also India, assuring the security within the Indian Ocean, where in the medium term and the long term, you will be sure that whatever business you will be doing in Africa, you can use Mauritius as a safe haven. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned at the very beginning, Mauritius is a safe haven. Mauritius is multicultural, multilingual, and we are, in terms of our foreign policy, you will see that Mauritius is very neutral. I always say when I'm addressing to our friends from abroad that Mauritius emulates the model of Switzerland. That is, we are neutral, we don't take sides, we are non-aligned. So, and this is also very important for people to come and use Mauritius as a hub to invest in Africa. So today, in face of the crisis that we are facing, I think we have to keep the Indian Ocean very, very safe, and we rely a lot on India to ensure the security of the Indian Ocean. So when you look at the position of Mauritius also, it is a bridge not only to Africa, it is a bridge also, you will see, to Australia and to many parts of Asia. So I think it will be very important for you to understand that the importance, the relationship that exists between Mauritius and India, and also how Mauritius is a strategic hub to go and invest in Africa. So, ladies and gentlemen, on a concluding note, I would like to thank the chairperson of the NXT for taking the initiative to invite so many brilliant academics, researchers, MPs from different countries, from Finland, from Ireland, from so many countries. So this is a unique opportunity that we are having this morning in order to brainstorm, to discuss, and to come with concrete solutions. It is important to, you will note, it is very important to debate, to discuss, but now this is a testing time. We need concrete actions. We have to walk the talk. We have to come together. We have to express solidarity to all people in the world, and we have also to preach for peace. And this morning, I will make a special appeal to all the protagonists involved in different sort of wars, that we want peace for the world to develop, and especially to save the downtrodden people from wherever they come. So thank you, and I will be here to discuss more, and we can interact and exchange ideas. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister, for your address, and we certainly do hope for closer India-Mauritius ties as well, as of course ties with the rest of the countries represented here for you as well. Okay, we are now turning our focus, staying with, of course, this segment of Next in Global Affairs, to another keynote address. For the next keynote address on anticipatory policy making, let's please have on stage Associate Dean, School of Public Policy at the London School of Economics. In the UK, Professor Alexander Evans, OBE.